after doing some analysis and realizing that the work to operate a duplex is roughly the same to operate a 30-unit mobile home park, I decided that we were going to try to go all in on that. And then we bought our first mobile home park, which was a 27-unit community just north of Minneapolis. And kind of the rest is history. So it's been all downhill from there. It's been really good.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to chatting with, Ryan Wanner, who has been making serious moves as a mobile home park investor, as well as working with AI to help build out workflows for businesses. So excited to have you on the show today, Ryan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our listeners are going to take something away from how you're approaching mobile home parks and the efficiency of using AI. So let's dive in.
Awesome. I certainly hope so.
Yeah, cool. So first off, for those not yet familiar with you and your world, can you share what your main focus is these days?
Yeah, so we focus on mobile home park acquisition. So we've accumulated 6 properties, about 354 lots across 3 states now. And the biggest thing that we are seeing is kind of the opportunity to use AI to way improve our operational processes and just kind of the things we're doing as it relates to tenant management, operating the properties efficiently, reducing expenses through, insurance policy analysis and all the kind of stuff that I'm not particularly good at. AI tends to raise the floor of what we're able to do. So it's been really helpful for us, especially because the mobile home park space as a whole does not get a lot of love as it relates to the technology sector because it is, it's affordable housing and it's kind of the stepchild of real estate in some degrees. So being able to bring modern technology into an underserved space has been really transformative for us.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you get started investing into mobile parks?
Yeah, so I actually met a guy who at I don't know right now, but I know at one point they were the 5th largest owners of mobile home park communities in the country. And I approached him and I was like, hey, if I were to start investing in real estate, what should I do? And he said I would never invest in anything under 30 units. And I was like, okay, that's different than what I was expecting to hear. So after doing some analysis and realizing that the work to operate a duplex is roughly the same to operate a 30-unit mobile home park, I decided that we were going to try to go all in on that. And then we bought our first mobile home park, which was a 27-unit community just north of Minneapolis. And kind of the rest is history. So it's been all downhill from there. It's been really good.
Cool. What have been some of the obstacles that you faced during that journey and like how did you overcome them?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, so the biggest obstacle that we faced was actually on our first one. It was not having any experience or capital to actually do a deal, so kind of big roadblocks. So what we ended up doing is we partnered with someone in the space that was a known operator, and he did a great job. We also raised a small amount of capital from a relative that was able to help us. And then the final piece of the puzzle that kind of made the deal happen was we were able to get the seller to go along with seller financing, and that worked great for everybody involved.
Awesome. Yeah, like have you invested in other real estate besides mobile home parks? Like what made you go down that path?
Yeah, so honestly, the mobile home park path for us was due to the fact that it's one of those things that will always be a need, because regardless of what incomes do, regardless of what housing does, there are always going to be people who need affordable housing. And so if you choose good markets, so we try to choose markets that have heavy concentrations in government, education, and healthcare, so very recession durable industries. You couple that with the need for affordable housing, and mobile home parks tend to thrive as recessions tend to pop up, and they do equally well. Well, I guess not equally well, but almost as well during prosperity. So there's not really a downturn when you're in the mobile home park space because of the way the asset is set up.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super interesting and a
Hmm.
unique perspective.
Thank you.
So, can you expand more about how specifically you're using AI to grow your business and how it's serving you?
Yeah, so I went down like a fairly technical path since learning AI. So we've been like building apps and coding our websites and building agents that help us do everything. But the biggest thing that I would give for anyone who just wants to do something with it is to figure out what your company does well and try to do it at more velocity and higher volume with AI. Because typically, if you know a process works really well, you can install AI in it and solve it much more easily than saying, hey, I have this problem. How can AI solve it for me? Because then there you have to figure out a lot more things, and it kind of slows down the implementation process quite a bit.
Can you share some more specific examples of how that's worked for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the best things for us has been tenant communication, whether that's positive or negative. So whether we're awarding a yard of the month or we're giving someone a violation, having AI kind of build more personalized outreach letters and more just the kind of the quality, volume, and speed of which we can make those communications happen. So we're very responsive, we're very in tune with our tenants, and so that has really pushed that to the next level. So instead of saying, "Hey, community member, please, clean up your yard or whatever," it's, "Hey, Janice, you've been such a great tenant for us. We really appreciate X, Y, and Z. This is what we found that needs changed. Please make that change happen." And it's not a template or something that we have to pull in. It's uniquely generated specifically to them so that they don't feel like, "Oh man, I'm just another customer here. I'm just another lot number." They're getting like really personalized feedback on, like I said, whether they're getting yard of the month and we're hyping them up for that, or whether we're telling them that they have to, power wash their house. So it's been really good for our relationship with the community members.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, that's amazing. So is this a software specifically that you're designing that other people can get a hold of, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so we are designing some internal tools and stuff that we will likely make public when we figure them out fully and stabilize everything. But this can be done, using simple custom GPTs, or having a prompt that you copy and paste, so that you can, take something that you've pre-built, take it to ChatGPT, say, "Hey, this is the document that I want. These are the details. Give me something useful." And so we try to make things as simple as possible and then iterate forward from there. So if you're not technical, but you want to kind of access this kind of stuff, I would highly recommend, playing around with writing a really good prompt so that you can use that over and over again. Especially one of the great things to use it for is like new deal outreach. So that when you're making a cold outreach, it feels a lot less so if you're like, "Hey, I saw that project you did. It looked like it really worked well," whatever it is. You can pull in the accomplishments of the people that you're actually trying to reach out to and make it feel like you spent, 20 minutes doing a bunch of research to really make the custom email or make that phone call a lot more personal and connectable to the human element of the seller on the deal.
Yeah, amazing. That's such a cool system that you're able to implement.
Thank you.
What are you most focused on solving or scaling to next in your business?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is for us just trying to get our operational efficiency as dialed in as it can be. So, like I said, one of the things that I'm really bad at is reading insurance policies and renewals and all that fun stuff. And so, like, using AI to compress that time of, okay, what does this insurance say? And if I'm going to shop it around, does it make sense to actually switch? Or is the company that I'm shopping around to, are they missing some key provisions that my current insurance has, all that kind of stuff. And so the very time consuming administrative work is something that AI can compress dramatically. And that's something that we're really finding is able to free up our community managers and kind of our back end staff to actually, focus on higher value things so that, the community manager can stop by someone's house and say, "Hey, we're awarding you yard of the month," and then give them the custom letter rather than be, stuck saying, "Oh, I've got to compare these insurance policies, whatever. I guess I'll just mail that letter. Or I guess I'll just tape it to the door," right? It gives our team more time to be able to focus on the things that are maybe not so much revenue generating, but are helping kind of connect us to our customer base. And that's has been really, really big for, retention and making sure that people are taking care of things and just building a sense of community that impacts more than just the revenue side of things, at least with what you see.
Absolutely. That's really important to focus on the community and the relationships.
Yeah, we found that is kind of the hidden gem to making things run a lot more smoothly.
Yeah. Are there any like specific tools or tactics in that realm that have made the biggest difference for you?
Um, so we often will use an app called Claude Desktop. And it's, if you're not a technical person, but you want to get into AI that actually can, impact your spreadsheets and actually take actions, I highly recommend. It's by a company called Anthropic, but it's Claude Desktop, and it's very, very easy to set up. Like, as an example, we use Notion, and so it's very easy to hook it into Notion, and so it can pull data from.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
As well as push data too. And so instead of it just going blind, it's got all of the context that it needs to actually, take the action, log the action, and then, actually remind the manager, hey, please follow up with this, in 7 days when the violation comes due or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah, we
What
found
have
it to be
Go
big.
ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we found it to be one of those things that we kind of overlooked, but has been massively impactful for just kind of all elements, even collection percentage and delinquency rates, stuff like that. If people feel kind of connected and in tune with the community, they really want to participate in it in a better way.
Yeah, totally. That makes a lot of sense. What are some of the goals you have for where you want your business to head, whether it's in the realms of the AI or the mobile parks or both of those facets?
Yeah, so right now we're really kind of dialing in our operations using AI for the mobile home parks. Once the operations are kind of complete and we're happy with where they are, we're really going to focus on the acquisition side and using the AI to build out our deal funnel and all that kind of stuff. Right now, we're just kind of managing things as is on that side. We don't want to spread too thin, because I think that's a mistake that people make, is saying like, oh, I've got 100 great ideas, I'm going to implement them all right now, rather than saying like, hey, I have a priority, I'm going to execute this one idea really well, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So kind of executing complete ideas as quickly as possible, rather than, I was always told, don't build half bridges, is one of the best pieces of advice that I ever got. And so if you do that, you end up with a bunch of started really great ideas, but no actual productivity from them, right? And so for us, we're really trying to dial in the operations, and then we're going to move to acquisitions. And then once those things are kind of functioning as they should be, we will likely move to kind of helping others in using the AI to kind of power their businesses as well.
Awesome. That's super cool that you're able to find all these ways to integrate it and support the business.
Yep.
Where do you kind of see things heading in the realms of AI? Are you looking into like the future of what you think it could be possible?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think that I think where AI is headed, it's going to be really, really neat, because the administrative side is going to continue to get easier and easier. And so you're going to be able to have the talent on your team focused on kind of unique ways to add value. And as an example, one of the things that just the time margin has helped us do is we're actually doing newsletters now where we will provide like a move-in kit. And so it's not a lot of revenue every month, but it allows you to create like an Amazon affiliate account. And you can say like, hey, these are the top 10 items that I recommend or that people forget when they're moving into a mobile home, right? And it's like light bulbs, a welcome mat, fire extinguisher, that kind of thing that they people don't often think about. And so they get that email in their inbox. If they buy one of the products from that, we end up getting a small commission on it. And so it's one of those things that we would have never even thought about if we didn't have the time margin that AI created for us to actually say, like, okay, what's another way that we can monetize our business?
Yeah, super cool of all the ways that it can work for you. I think most people aren't aware of it and maybe are a bit intimidated by it. So
Yeah.
that's awesome that you're looking into it.
Yeah, it's been a huge asset. I mean, it's one of those things that you can get kind of as deep in the weeds in it as you want to, and it can be beneficial the entire way. I don't recommend that most people get as deep in the weeds as I did, because I definitely took some side trails that were not productive. But for the most part, I think everyone should be building a little bit of a technical base as it relates to understanding how to use AI, what it's good for, what it's not good for, and where it's at right now, because it's only going to continue to get better. And the more you wait to try to get on the train, the more difficult I think it'll be to catch up in that regard.
Totally. Yeah, with everything, there's a learning curve in the beginning.
Yep, exactly.
When it comes to the mobile home parks, are you looking to grow and scale that aspect of your business as well?
Yeah, I think we will. Like I said, right now we're predominantly focused on operations, and we're also kind of seeing kind of where the headwinds go. There's a lot of large institutional capital that has entered the space recently, and it's been really good for the people who own parks. But it's increased the challenge for acquisition, and so I want to really get our acquisition dialed in so that people feel like we're like really reaching out to them because we have an interest in their property. And I think that getting the AI to function in that regard and do some of the research for us and kind of build out a better, more informative database will be really helpful for that, because I'm not going to have to reach out and be like, oh, how many units does your property have? And like ask them questions that I should already know the answer to. But because of the volume of research that has historically been required to do it, you just kind of have to reach out and then build your database manually. But now you can have a bunch of that information on the front end and say like, hey, I saw that you guys won, small business of the year in this little town in 2018, or, whatever it is. You can kind of reach out, connect a little better, have a fun fact to interact with the owners. And that's especially in the mobile home park space. A lot of the owners are older people, and so they highly value that connection. And so if you can kind of reach out and connect with them in that way, it makes it so that they're they're much more interested in working with you on the sale. And that's kind of the advantage that individual investors can get over some of these big guys that can just pay, ridiculous prices. Is that human connection factor can really make a difference, especially because a lot of these, the people who own the parks now, the parks are paid off. So they're not necessarily, they don't, I don't want to say they don't care about the money, because everyone who has an asset and is selling the asset does care about the money to some degree. But the ability to connect with people can sometimes be something that allows you to overcome a higher priced offer from one of the institutional guys.
Totally. I think that relationship building skill is what's going to help people make it or break it.
100%. And most people don't look at AI as something that you can use to actually foster human connection with, right?
Right.
Because most people, when they see AI, they're like, "Oh, it's AI slop, and like this is going to separate me from that." But if you actually get the AI to do the output and then you do the kind of quality control work, it really gives you a big advantage in kind of working and reaching out with these guys.
Absolutely. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more about what you're doing, where can people find you and connect with you?
Yeah, so my primary website right now is buildthings.buildthings.com. And you can reach out to me on email, ryan@buildthings.buildthings.com. I'm super happy to talk real estate, answer questions, and be as helpful as I possibly can.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Sure. And for the listeners tuning into the show, if you got value, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Ryan who are building real businesses. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.